All right, my people, it's another beautiful day. So we're going to be continuing our conversation, which is why would women, in particular, even some men too, but why would a woman not leave an abusive relationship? Leave a place where you are constantly disrespected, maligned, and you just want to stay there. We've looked at several instances and several reasons why women or even men choose to just stay. One of the other reasons we'll be looking at today, it's a very interesting one, I must say. It's something that is quite controversial as well, because it has to do with hope. So when the individual feels like they feel trapped, no brainer, they really feel trapped. But why not leave? Then it's either for their religious beliefs. So as Christians, they hope for change. They're praying, they're fasting, they're trusting for that miracle that will never come. And even as Muslims, they look at it like, okay, I'm already in this union. So maybe he's going through hard times. Maybe he's emotionally down at this time. Maybe, and all the maybes, yeah. Especially when often at times the partner comes and apologizes and says, I'm sorry. Whatever happened, and gives reasons why it happened, and then you look at it like, okay, he really apologized. But what about the partners who don't even apologize? I know of a story who the guy knows that, okay, or most guys, they say, oh, the woman wants money. Very stupid thing. She wants money, therefore they just throw money at the problem. They probably just buy her a new car, or just go somewhere, and just ask the designers to just change her wardrobe, or do some stupid vain stuff like that, or just buy her a new set of jewelries, or diamonds. And diamond is a woman's favorite friend. Says who? How can diamond become your favorite friend in a place of torture and abuse? And they do all of that with no apologies. And, and just expect that, yeah, whatever sins were committed have been washed away, and they just carry on like that. And I always say to people, marriages really don't break. They crack. Marriages don't break. They crack. When those cracks are not fixed, when you keep, just brooding over them, just glossing over them like they don't exist, like, nothing there, forget about it, yeah, it keeps breaking, it keeps cracking deeper and deeper, and before you know it, it breaks. And at that point where it breaks, there is no way to amend it anymore. It's gone. C'est fini, finito, done. So why will a woman now sit in there and keep hoping for change? And some of that hope is what actually kills the individual. Because when you hope, even the Bible tells us that faith without works is dead. So while you are hoping, take care of yourself. In other words, have a plan B. whereby you can exist as an individual independent of this marriage, happy, whole, healed, even if you're in the process of healing, but at least face the reality of the situation, that this is not working. I think the reason why the hope thing lingers forever and, doesn't yield any result is because women feel like, oh, he apologized yesterday, he did it again today. It's just what he does. That's just who he is. There's nothing I can do about it. But I've been praying and I'm trusting, and yeah. And so they come in for it's like a circle. So they're going round. Today he's good. The next minute he's bad. Then every time you see her, it's the husband this, the husband that, the husband like, oh girl, please get a life. Excuse me. Hello, please get a life. So if you were not married on this planet, are you not going to live your life? Is this because there are some women, you see them, good morning is, how are you? Oh, I'm good. Yesterday my husband and I, my husband. I'm like, hey, can you breathe without this man, please? And I have found most women who are in that situation of husband, they are the ones actually covering up abusive marriages. They are the ones enduring all kinds of torture and pain and agony. They are the ones that are sitting there and hoping against hope. Yeah? So hope is one of the reasons, hope for change, why a woman will feel like, oh, I can't leave this marriage because it's going to get better. Yeah, perseverance is a virtue. Yeah, endurance is a virtue. Yeah, long suffering is a virtue. Hello, Jesus died. You don't have to die. Jesus already died. He paid the price. You don't have to pay it again. So, I say that to bring me to the next story. There's the story of a woman who, as we speak, is battling for her life in hospital. Yeah? It's been one leg in, one leg out. It's heartbreaking to know that she's just 43 years old. 43. Now, the husband has been cheating on her non-stop from the day one of the marriage. Yeah? She knew about it. She knew that there were a couple of them that were dating the guy when he decided to choose her. According to the way they presented it, he chose her. So for choosing her, she felt like, like the chosen one. So being the chosen one, she had to endure everything because, he chose her. And every time she talked about it like, oh, he chose her. In other words, that's him feeling entitled that she should be grateful that of all the lots that he had, he chose her. And so with that, even after the vows were taken, he continued to keep the array of women. He kept them. He could afford it, so he kept it. And she knew about it, but she kept like, oh yeah, he's going to change. Once he said, when we start having our children, he's going to focus. And then they have 3 children, and yeah, it got from bad to worse, from 1 to 2, from 2 to 3. Yeah. And even sometimes he just goes away. She doesn't know where he is. Yeah. And she would tell herself he has traveled. even though she knows that he's just some few doors away, but he may have traveled in her mind. Yeah. She just wanted to believe all of that. But the thing is, emotionally, she was entangled. She is entangled with this guy. She refused to face the reality of detaching herself from it and even dealing with the situation, but she just kept hoping for the best, hoping he would change, hoping one day he will come around, hoping one day, and everybody will say, what's your problem? You are his wife. You are the wife, and that was okay, yeah. So she felt like that was okay because she's the wife, But unknown to her, her body was reacting. Her internal organs were reacting. Her blood pressure was reacting. And one beautiful day, she was trying to talk to her domestic staff and she collapsed. She collapsed. She's in hospital as we speak, battling for her life. The doctors are saying she may not come back to be able to stand again on her feet, because she had a stroke. Yeah. How long was she married for? 7 years. 7 years. In the 7 years of torture, she chose to give herself a stroke. Yeah? Life choices matters. 2 things matter in life. Number 1, your belief system. Number 2, who you choose to marry. The person you choose to marry will either make or mar you. But the fact that you've gone into that marriage does not mean that you have to die there. If it's not working, my dear, take the exit. On this note, I say, peace.